Hey there folks, welcome back to the Moose Outdoors channel today. I just figured I'd give you guys a video. I know I haven't posted a video in a long time, but figured I've been long overdue for one. I've been posting a lot of shorts and stuff, but yeah, hopefully you guys like this video. This kind of just came to me either yesterday when I was out doing some stuff outside. I was going on a little winter hike looking for some animal tracks and stuff. But I just wanted to go over my updated winter hiking / trekking kit for 2025 here. But yeah, this is just gonna be kind of like down and dirty rundown of just kind of the stuff that I carry most of the time, and just kind of like alternate between and stuff like that. So yeah, so I guess starting off, we'll go with the clothing here. For base layers, up here in northeastern Minnesota, it gets pretty darn cold. I think the coldest it's been this winter has been, I think, 35 below, 40 below with the wind chill, which is pretty darn cold. The coldest I've seen, I think, was about 6 years ago. It was 65 or 70 below. So yeah, it gets pretty darn cold here. So with that, you have to layer properly and stuff like that. So we'll start off with just the base layers. Pretty much all the time whenever I go outside, regardless if I'm just going to class or going out doing some projects outside or whatever, if I'm going out for a walk or something, going for a hike, I always wear a good base layer set. This is, I forget what company this is, but this is a merino wool long sleeve base layer that's next to skin. This thing's awesome. Wicks the moisture away and keeps you nice and warm. Keep that on my upper body. And then typically for my legs, I'll just rock the my military issued base layer compression style moisture wicking. This is good stuff. I have that from the upper body as well, but I am going to get some merino wool long johns to replace those. But I mean, these still rock. And then with those, I'll wear the waffle top long johns, the military thermal wear. These are awesome. And then I wear the top as well. I'm wearing that right now. This thing's awesome, versatile. And then, yes, then I'll put that on top of the merino wool base layer. And then, depending on how cold it is, I'll probably throw this on top. This is the cool KUHL brand Thor quarter zip merino wool fleece blend quarter zip sweater, which is actually windproof fleece. But this thing is awesome. This is versatile as heck. Because I could just wear my merino wool base layer, my waffle top, and this, and then I can go hiking out when it's like 20-30 degrees probably. But I'm comfortable, but then once the wind picks up, it can get a little chillier. So then obviously I wear a jacket or something like that. But that's good, pretty good system there. And then for feet, I wear Darn Tough socks. That's my go-to. For most of the time, depending on the footwear, but most of the time, I wear the Darn Tough, the midweight. These ones right here, the midweight boot socks, which go up to your shins or your calf, I should say. But yeah, these aren't as heavy or as thick as the heavyweight ones, which is what these ones are, which is what I wear if I'm hunting or if I am wearing a little bit larger footwear. But these are actually really versatile as well. I was wearing these yesterday, and it was about 7 or 8 degrees above zero, and I was just wearing my muck boots. These muck boots right here. These aren't the most insulated. I mean, they're decently warm for the most part, but they're not the warmest muck boots. But I was wearing these because there's still a bit more room in the boot so that the heat can dissipate and move around. So it's not with these. If I was wear the heavyweight Darn Tough socks with those muck boots, my feet would get cold really quick. But because these are a little bit thinner, there's a little bit more room for the heat to move around, dissipate, and stuff like that, and circulate. So that way your feet stay warmer. Yeah, Darn Tough socks, always recommend those. Their warranty is outstanding, and they're tough socks. Like what they say, Darn Tough socks. Yeah, then for footwear, Yeah, depending on how far, if I'm not going too far, if I want to go maybe like half a mile to 3/4 of a mile, depending, I'll just wear my muck boots. These are nice muck boots. These are the Field Blazer Classic. You know, they're good. They're good muck boots. I wear these for hunting season, for duck hunting, deer hunting, stuff like that. Even just walking around the woods. I mean, they're waterproof. They're good. They're insulated. So, I mean, they're good stuff. But I wouldn't take those out if it was 30, 40 below. I would wear my heavier winter boots that I got from the military that are behind the camera or behind my phone there, but I don't really want to grab them. But if it is a little bit colder, I will wear my old military boots that I wore when I was in the military. These are the Loa Zephyrs. These are the mid top, so they come up a little bit more higher than your ankles. So they come up probably about, because your ankle sits about right there. So they're a good boot. And then typically with these, I'll probably wear my heavyweight or my midweight, depending on the temperature. And these are Gore-Tex, so these are waterproof and they hold heat relatively well if you're moving around. But if you're stationary, they do hold heat, but they can get cold pretty quick, depending. But yeah, but thing with Gore-Tex, they don't breathe that well. So in the summertime, if your boots get wet, these are gonna stay wet for a long time. So just beware of that. In my summertime, I wear my Obos, which are just kind of like our hiking shoes. They're boots, but they're shoes. They're like running shoe height, but they're good hiking shoes. I like those a lot. I like those for the summertime, fall, spring sometimes. And when it gets in those warmer temperatures, about 40 and above, 40, 50 degrees and above, and the snow's melted for the most part. But then going back for my upper body, this is probably my favorite garment that I've ever purchased. This is the Leicester River Bushcraft Boreal shirt. Boreal shirt / anorak. 100% wool, made of U.S. Army blankets, I believe. And Leicester River Bushcraft, which is actually pretty cool. They are actually I only live about an hour north of Duluth, which is where his shop is, which is actually really cool. So I like supporting a local company, you know, pretty local for me at least. But yeah, this thing is freaking awesome. Yeah, I wore this yesterday with just my waffle top and then that black merino wool base layer, and then this on top of it. I was warm. I was comfortable when it was 8 degrees yesterday, and it was windy. So it was pretty darn windy, and I was totally fine. I could have stayed out there for hours probably. This thing is freaking awesome. And then in conjunction with that, I wear these 100% wool pants as well. I don't wear these if I'm going on long hikes. I mean, depending on what it is, you know, and how far I'm going, yeah. But these are awesome as well. These are 100% wool. So then, in conjunction with all these base layers, and then the anorak and this, you're gonna be good to go. You're gonna be right as rain. You're gonna be warmer than heck. So I mean, all that stuff that's kind of my clothing system, and depending on, you know, activity level, how far you're going, and what the temperature is. I mean, I probably won't. I might not wear this. I'll probably wear like my Scandinavian Explorer zip-up jacket, and that's warm too. It's a good jacket, wind stopper, and waterproof. So that's I'll probably wear that depending on how warm it is and stuff, you know. But yeah, and then for hands and face and head, typically I wear a variety of different things. You know, it depends on, you know, weather type and stuff like that. But if I'm going, you know, let's say if it's like 30, 40, 50 degrees, maybe I'll probably just wear a ball cap like this that I got at Boundary Waters cap. Got it up in Ely, Minnesota, about an hour, 45 minutes north of me here. But by the Boundary Waters Canoe Area Wilderness, which is awesome. I'll just wear this, and then maybe I'll keep like this beanie or something like that just in my pocket, like my pack, just in case it gets a little bit cold. I can put it over, or put my cap on and put this over it, or I'll wear like this lighter weight woven recce beanie from Faro Concepts, which is a really cool company. And then once it gets a little bit colder, I typically might wear the old Polar Fleece beanie that I got from the military. Awesome piece of headgear. But my favorite these are my two favorite headgear or headwear items for when it gets for colder weather. This is the minus 33 beanie, this or stocking cap beanie, whatever you want to call it. I call them stocking caps up here, but this is 100% merino wool as well, and this thing is freaking awesome. Only about 20 bucks, 25, 30, 20, 30 bucks, and this thing is freaking amazing. It's for how lightweight it is. The warmth to weight ratio is just ridiculous. This thing, I wore this when it was 20, 30 below, and I was good to go. This thing is awesome. I can't praise this thing enough. This thing is one of the best purchases I've made, along with that Lester River Bushcraft Anorak. This thing is freaking awesome. And then this thing, I've also had this for, probably 10, 12 years at least. This is my Yukon Tracks trapper hat, which has real rabbit fur and quilted lining on the inside. This thing is freaking awesome. This and that minus 33 stocking cap are my two favorite headgear or pieces of headwear for the winter time, besides my Stormy Chromers and stuff like that. But this is probably the warmest hat that I own, besides that minus 33 beanie. This thing is awesome. I wore this when 40, 50, 60 below, and I was good to go. I was almost darn near sweating, to be honest with you. But yeah, this thing is freaking awesome. I can't recommend those enough. I would definitely recommend picking one up if you are in a northern state like I am, or if you just like the look of those. If you're up, you get the gist. And then for gloves, it depends. I layer them. What I was doing yesterday, I wore these Sitka trigger gloves, which are thinner gloves, but they're decently warm they're fine when it's like 40, 50 degrees. But so I'll put these on. So I use it for hunting, so you still use your trigger finger and stuff like that. But so then what I did was I wore my Axeman mitts or choppers from their Kinko brand. So what I did was I put these on, I put these over it, and that way, I still got dexterity and stuff like that, but my hands were freaking warm. My hands were pretty much sweating almost. And then the thing that's nice about that is then when you take, see if you have to go, I have to go grab something from my chest pack or my pack, or whatever, or I need to go use my knife or something like that, you can take this off and you still have a glove that's somewhat warm for the most part. That's not going to freeze your hand if you're using this for a couple minutes or whatever. But yeah, that's awesome little layering system that I use for my gloves. And then sometimes I'll just wear these just straight up. These are actually really freaking warm. These are awesome. I love these gloves. I had a pair, probably 6, 7, 8 years ago, and then I don't know where they went, but as soon as I saw these at the store, I had to pick another pair. These are freaking awesome. They're only like 15 bucks, and these are freaking awesome. And then also, if it gets really cold out there and I want a little bit more versatility, I will wear these mitts that I got from the military. I forget what brand these are. I don't know what brand they are. I don't know if these might just be just military brand or what, but yeah, these are awesome choppers as well. They go up your forearm as well, which is nice. So, and then of course you can take this out, you can take that, you can have your thumb out, and then you can also do that with this, so you can have your fingers like that. But yeah, these are actually awesome mitts or choppers. I'm glad that I was able to keep these when I got out of the military. Yeah, these are actually really freaking warm as well. But the thing about zippers, though, is that the wind can go through the zippers, and that makes it colder. So that's why I just like having one-piece buckskin lined gloves like these Axeman choppers. And then for the face covering, I typically like, for the most part, I wear this. This is just a neck gaiter that I got when I was in the military. It's a multicam one. I believe it's a fleece or polyester or something. It's really quite warm for the most part. I wear this one most of the time if I'm going to wear a neck gaiter or a face mask. But I do have a merino wool buff right here. This is an awesome buff as well, neck gaiter as well. Then I've got a clam one for ice fishing that's goes down about here. It's got fleece line and all that good stuff. But that's a little overkill for hiking and stuff like that. But I love these merino wool buffs. But the thing is, though, that I don't like about them, that annoys me is the length, because if you have a neck gaiter, right, a neck gaiter is meant to protect your neck and your face. With the one I got in the military, that's actually decent, that's pretty warm as well, but the length, look at the length on that compared to the Buff. You got about 2 inches of extra real estate, 2 to 2.5, 3 inches of extra real estate that you can use. That you can tuck into your collar, and then it protects your face and your neck up to your eyes, which is why I like this a lot more, because this, well, I guess this is warm. It only, when I try pulling up to cover my face, it rides up, my neck is exposed. It just doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, these are nice, don't get me wrong, I like these, but I'm going to go with this 9 times out of 10, to be honest with you. I mean, I like this for staying stationary, for duck hunting and stuff like that, but, or if you don't, or if it's not too windy, then that's fine. But, or if you have, well, in conjunction, what I did with, well, in the ways that I like this one is that if I wear this, my trapper hat, I can buckle it down a lot, and that covers back my neck, and then I can just pull this, and then I would just pull this up, have this on, I would just pull this up over my face like that, and then it would be really freaking warm. But if I'm wearing a beanie like this, I'm not going to pick this, because it's going to ride up and leave about that much my neck exposed. It's going to be, then the wind's going to be blowing down my neck and I'm going to be colder. So that's why I picked this. I mean, if you like the Buffs, go ahead and get them. I like these too. These are nice, but I'm going to go with this because of the versatility that it has. I mean, those are versatile as well, but this has a lot longer, it's a lot longer, so that covers, you can tuck it down, gets down to your neck, and it covers all of your neck and your face. Whereas the Buff, it only covers either your face and part of your neck, or your neck and barely any of your face. It doesn't make any, it's a no-brainer for me. But enough of that stuff. Now we'll go into kind of like the rest of the gear, I suppose. Depending on the day and how far I'm going, stuff like that, I'll pick one of 2 packs typically. For the most part, my most used pack, I would say, for like a day, just a small day hike, is my Mystery Ranch Urban Assault 21. This thing is just versatile. I love this pack. It's awesome. Or if I'm going out and carry a lot more stuff, I will carry my LL Bean Continental rucksack. But with that being said, I would rather choose, I mean, most of the time I'm not going too far away from my truck, only depending a mile, maybe. So I'm just going to pick my Mystery Ranch. It's going to be a lot lighter. But if I'm going out camping or doing some bushcraft camp, stuff like that, or going out for, if I'm going to be out all day, then I will take my LL Bean pack, but so I can load it down with a lot more equipment. But even with that case, if I'm going to be out all day, I'll just take my Mystery Ranch. They're both awesome packs. I enjoy them. It's just pick your poison, pretty much. You're not going to go wrong with either one. But yeah, then kind of in conjunction with that, I use my Helicon Tex Numbat chest pack. This thing is freaking awesome. I got this loaded down with quite a bit of stuff. This is, it might not be as good as a Hill People gear or a Full Tang Tactical, but this thing is awesome. I love this pack. It was only like 70, 80 bucks. Are there as many pockets or molly slots than as a Hill People gear? No, but it is an awesome pack. Yeah, so kind of just digging into it. On the front, I got my whistle. This is just a Jet Scream. This is awesome survival whistle. If you ever in a bad situation, you just blow that sucker and you can hear it. And then in this small little elastic hidden pouch here, I got my headlamp. Just a Petzl headlamp that I've had for 3 years, probably 3-4 years. Awesome headlamp. That's the Tactica RGB, I believe is what it is. And then this one, I have my compass, which is the Suunto MC2 compass, which is my favorite compass besides my military Lensatic compass. But this is an awesome piece of equipment. This this thing is, I got it dialed in, my declination, all that stuff set and ready to go. It's a little hard to get out because of the elastic on these front parts, which I'm not the biggest fan of, but I mean, it's nice. I'm not going to take it out, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Suunto MC2, awesome compass. And then I might carry like a knife or something down here, or I don't know. Not bear spray because we don't have grizzly bears up here, but we do have wolves and mountain lions. So I'd probably just carry a firearm. I just carry a firearm, to be honest with you. I just carry that. And a knife as well, a couple knives. So, but then digging into the actual pack here, this sucker's pretty loaded down. I always carried a small like field guide. I was looking for Mammal Tracks yesterday, so I had a Mammals Minnesota field guide. It's got their tracks, stuff like that, which is pretty cool. Then I've got just a map of the area I'm going to be in, which is I was in the Superior National Forest, so I had the Superior National. Oh my gosh, I can't talk today. The Superior National Forest forest visitor map, so that way you can. Wherever you're going, you pretty much know where you're going for the most part. And then I carry some storm-proof matches in there. And I carry a flint and steel right here as well. Got a couple protein bars, just just some sustenance when I'm on the trail and stuff. Extra flashlight. This is the Streamlight ProTac 1L 1AA, of course. Awesome flashlight, my personal favorite one. I carry that there. And then I also carry just Mountain Ops Hydrate. It's basically a liquid IV, same thing, just different brand. Mountain Ops, good supplements. I carry one of them in my thing just in case I need an extra, just a little extra zing. Get some electrolytes back. And I've got Right in the Rain, just my little field journal right here that I use for writing down mammal tracks, stuff like that, measuring. So it's got ruler on the back. And I've got Right in the Rain bolt action pen, Blaze Orange, so in case you drop it, you can see it. And then I've got emergency space blanket and Blaze Orange and reflective, so that if something does happen, I've got that little extra heat source as well and shelter. And then on the interior zip pocket here, I've got some water purification tablets. As I drop it on the garage floor here. Barrel and Hatchet personal first aid kit. It's got antidiarrheals, bunch of antibiotics, band-aids, stuff like that. And I've got a Right in the Rain, a mechanical pencil, as well as some extra lead, just in case I need to take notes of something. And then I've also got my Right in the Rain birders journal, because I'm a bird watcher. I like birds and stuff like that, so I can write down some birds if I see any cool birds that I haven't seen before, or know what kind are in that area. And then some stuff I kind of take in, take out. It just depends on what the environment, or what the temperature in the environment that you're going to, on how far you're going to be away from your vehicle and stuff like that. But I always let my wife know where I'm going to be, what time I plan to be back, stuff like that. I have a PACE plan, primary, alternate, contingency, escape, or emergency, I should say. And then obviously METTC and ACOCA, or actually that doesn't really apply to this, sorry. Military brain's going off again, but yeah, so there's that. Awesome pack, outstanding. And then, yeah, I'll also carry one of these, two in my pack or in there. If I'm going bird watching, Birds of Minnesota Field Guide, or Animal Tracks of the Midwest, great book right there. I need that for one of my classes actually. And then I always carry a portable charger. I don't have the cord with me right now because it's inside. But yeah, it's just a solar powered, or you can charge it with USB, or this is actually solar charge as well. You can solar or USB. Awesome. And it's also got a flashlight in there too, which is pretty nifty. So yeah, if it's sunny out and if I need to charge my phone, or if this is out of battery, I can just clip it to my outside of my pack and have the sun shine on this little solar panel, and it charges it up pretty good to go. So yeah, and then for hydration, I'll typically carry a canteen on my belt. This is just, I think this is just a 32 ounce or 24 ounce Coleman canteen that I've had since I was like 10 or 11 or something like that. And then I have a water bladder in here. Actually, I'll show you. And then if I want to make coffee or something like that on the trail, I'll have this, my Uberleben Kuxa standing on the clip on the side of my pack there, which is just a Swedish mug made out of wood, which is pretty cool. Just a little nifty kind of thing, you know. And then in my pack or on my person, I'll carry, you know, just a work sharp pocket sharpener or the field sharpener, either one. And then just another ferro rod. This is the Gerber and Bear Grylls one that I've had since I was like 10. So I mean, it's still actually got quite a bit of life left on it. So yeah, nice little thing. I mean, it throws sparks like nobody's business, I'll tell you that. So it's a good little piece of kit there. But yeah, then I usually have this. This is a Platypus 2 liter 70 ounce water bladder in my pack. Have that, so I have at least 70 ounce. I'll have quite a good bit of water just in case. And if I do need to, I also carry a life straw because while there isn't a whole lot of open water right now because it is middle of February, and it's been 30 below for the past couple weeks or whatever it is. So, I mean, you can bust open a puddle or something like that, or you can bust open a little creek or something like that, and you can get some water. So I always keep that because there's water everywhere up here. And then medical kit. I'll just carry one of these, ultralight watertight medical kits from Adventure Medical Kits. It's a cool little single person med kit. And then I'll carry a Blaze Orange poncho too, just in case for signaling if need be. And then usually in my pack, if I'm gonna be out for a while, I'll carry some, like 1 or 2 of these, backpacker's pantry meals, just like veggie, chicken, something like that, or a peanut butter banana oatmeal. Then I'll have something a little foldable aluminum stove to boil water and stuff like that. But yeah, and then for knives, I always carry a belt knife just in case. Oh, I also forgot this too. I also carry this. This is the Frost River foraging pouch, which is basically just goes in your belt right there, just slides through, just like a belt knife sheath or whatever. This is actually like a little mini dump pouch that, if you're familiar with dump pouches, if you're in the military or stuff like that, it is a kind of dump pouch that's made out of wax canvas, and you open it up and it folds out just like a regular dump pouch would. And you got a little pouch for foraging. People use these for foraging for mushrooms, berries, stuff like that. I put, when I was out gathering fat wood, I put fat wood in this. You can put birch bark, bird's nest, whatever you want to make fire out of. Not natural bird's nest, but like grass and stuff like that. You can use that for tinder and fire making materials, which is a good thing. In case you want to build a fire or something. And it also has a little, folds up nice like that. It also has a little drawstring that you can close it and cinch it close so things don't fall out. But yeah, typically I don't know what that's for. Typically I will carry a belt knife. I always do whenever I'm out in the woods, and a pocket knife, because I would rather have a belt knife or a pocket knife, and belt knife and a pocket knife, because just in case. In my pockets, I usually carry a Zippo, Blaze Orange Zippo, butane, so that way, fire starter, extra right in the rain pen. And then I also carry a Blaze Orange bandana in my back pocket. It has a bunch of survival tips on it as well, just for signaling and stuff like that. And then for my pocket knife, I pretty much always carry now is my my Cold Steel Finn Wolf which is awesome. Scandi grind pocket knife. Love this thing. It can actually throw sparks to the ferro rod pretty darn well, actually. I just tested it out earlier today, which I didn't know, which is good to know. But yeah, this is an awesome pocket knife. I got it for like 26 bucks on Amazon. You can find them on sale for, they're only like 30 something bucks, I think, regularly. So you can find them on good sales. So yeah. Yeah, typically if I'm only doing like a quick day hike, if I'm not going too far from my truck or whatever, and it's not, I'm only going maybe like half a mile to maybe a mile, I might take a larger knife just in case. You know, but most of the time I'm usually carrying like a medium-sized belt knife. But for the larger knives, I'll just get those out of the way first. I like to carry, I might carry a larger knife if I'm going in a place where I know that have been wolves or mountain lions, stuff like that. I mean, there are wolves pretty much everywhere up here. So, I mean, kind of take your pick. But yeah, if I'm not going too far, I'll carry a heavier knife, bigger knife, like my Bark River Bravo 1 on CPM 3V. It's not a large knife, but it's not a small knife. It's an awesome. This thing is just a hunk of steel. I think it's about a 1/4 inch thick stock, and this thing is wicked sharp. This thing, you could beat the heck out of this knife and you probably couldn't break this son of a gun. This thing is wicked. Awesome bushcraft / survival knife. This would probably be if there's an apocalypse, I'd probably grab this knife, because this thing is this thing is bomb proof. I like the leather sheath that it comes with, the Bark River knives, awesome sheaths. And then if I'm going hunting, if I'm out in the woods, if I'm going grouse hunting, stuff like that, I will carry a Bowie knife, because I just love that tradition of Bowie knives. This is the Baron Sons Gold Rush Bowie. I believe this is the mini one, but this is awesome. This is my favorite Bowie knife I've ever owned. This thing is freaking fun. This thing is gorgeous. This thing is awesome. This thing is wicked sharp too. I believe the blade length is actually, I think it's 6 or 7 inches or 8 inches, I think. And I think the full size is like a 10-inch blade or 12-inch blade. So this is not a small knife by any means. This is an awesome knife. Wicked sharp, Cocobolo handle. This thing is awesome. It's so comfortable in the hand. This thing is wicked. The guard is really cool as well. This is awesome, kind of Old West kind of style, frontiersman kind of style Bowie. I love the tradition of carrying a Bowie knife. It's like the mountain men didn't technically carry Bowie knives. I mean, some of them did. It's the whole thing. But awesome knife. The sheath, I'm not the biggest. My only gripe is the belt loop. It swivels, which I'm not the biggest fan of. I'm not a fan of it really at all, because it's just swinging around when you're walking. It gets annoying. I mean, there's some ways you can fix it. You can probably grommet it again, stuff like that. But I mean, it's fine. It is what it is, But this is actually one of my newest knives, my newest fix that I got. One of them that I haven't showed on the channel yet. I've been meaning to show, but this is the Erapu Leuku 210. This is a Leuku from Lapland, up in northern Finland, northern Norway. These are knives carried by the Sami people of that region, but these are like a puukko, but these are larger. These are made for. This is like the original survival knife. But this is awesome Scandi grind. This thing is wicked sharp as well. It's actually quite light for how big it is. I will just show you the Bark River Bravo 1 in reference. So that is, this thing is awesome. This thing is wicked. This is a great, this is actually made for chopping. They use, the Sami people use these for processing caribou, reindeer, chopping, stuff like that. But even bushcraft, small bushcraft tasks as well. It can excel in everything. Very comfortable handle. Awesome Scandi grind. Natural curly birch handle. I love this knife. This thing is freaking awesome. I love it. This is also a really cool piece to have in your collection because, you know, from at least from myself, for my ancestry and stuff like that, I actually have some ancestry lineage that comes from Lapland, actually, up in northern Norway, in northern Finland. A lot of Finnish and Norwegian and Swedish ancestry. That's pretty much my whole genetic makeup. But yeah, awesome. It's kind of a cool piece to have, kind of paying homage to my ancestors and stuff like that, which is really cool. You know, awesome historical piece to have in your collection as well. And you know, just kind of like at least for me, just, you know, it's kind of like that coolness factor, pretty much. This thing is just awesome. It's also kind of the same knife that my ancestors carried. So it's kind of like that cool correlation there, I should say. Yeah, it's awesome piece of knife history, as well as awesome functional piece of equipment as well. And the sheath is actually the sheath is actually very nice as well, that Arapu makes. Awesome design on the leather sheath. Awesome. This actually wasn't it was only about 60 something bucks or 70 something bucks from Finland, which is awesome. Highly recommend picking up one of those if you like the Pukos and the Leuku styles. But anyways, we'll move into the more my more common belt knives that I carry, my more medium-sized belt knives. If you know me on my channel, I mostly carry Pukos or Scandinavian or Finnish knives for the most part. But yeah, so for the most part, yeah, I carry Pukos, that kind of style knife, or some American style or an American style knife, a couple of them. But yeah, so I'll just start off with one of the Pukos you guys have seen. This is the Kalevan Puukkopaja. Awesome Puukko. Had this for 6 years now, I believe. Awesome Finnish Puukko. Great style sheath there. Then this is the Kellum Aktivada Puukko. This is the first one that I actually bought myself. This is I think probably 8 or 9 years old, maybe 10 years old almost at this point. Yeah, awesome sheath. Got a reindeer or elk on there, reindeer, whatever that is. Puukko says on there, but yeah. Longer blade, typical. Kellum makes great Puukkos. We got curly maple handle, I believe this is. Stained curly maple, I believe. Awesome. Beautiful knife as well. Great knife to have in the hand. Comfortable. Awesome blade. And then this one, this was my dad's that he got when he was 10 in 1967. This is not an original, but this is an old Martini. I don't know the exact model of this, but this is a beautiful knife. Once I get the blade sharpened up back to its full potential, I'm probably going to be carrying this a lot just for the nostalgia and the cool factor of it. Still, this is a great shape sheath, and the knife and the sheath is actually in great shape. Really cool design on there, of course. J. Martini, Rovaniemi, Finland, which is where they're made. And then nice belt loop. But yeah, this gorgeous knife. This thing is awesome. Just nostalgic as heck. I remember my dad showing me this when I was younger and stuff. I was like, dang, that knife is freaking awesome. I want that knife when I get older. And then he gave it to me before I went to the military. So yeah, awesome. It's still actually very nice shape. So J. Martini there on the blade. I don't know if you can see that. But yeah, the bolster is a tiny bit loose, but nothing to worry about really. Yeah, I do need to sharpen it up, get it nice and good to go. But yeah, once I get that sharpened up, this will be a definitely in the rotation for sure. Or I might just display it just so, you know, just for the nostalgia factor of it, and just kind of like a little tribute to my dad and our Finnish and Norwegian and Swedish heritage, you know, just like that, you know, just a cool thing. And then keep going with the Puukkos here. Then I carry I don't carry all these at the same time. I carry these in rotate. Like I'll switch off between these every single time I go out. You guys saw this one previously. This is the Erapu Lapland Carver 95. Another Finnish Puukko reindeer reindeer antler handles. Oh my gosh, awesome knife, beautiful knife, sharp as heck, very comfortable in the hand. Nothing really much to say about that. Always your Scandi grind for the most part. Next one, the probably the most beautiful Puukko in my collection, besides the one that I got from my dad, and the Erapu. Actually, all the Puukkos are beautiful. I can't deny it, but this is probably might be the most stunning, one of the most stunning ones, I should say. Definitely the top 2 or 3. This is the Martini Kiernikki. Awesome knife. This thing is the craftsmanship and the presentation is absolutely just beautiful. Just gorgeous sheath, beautifully made. The handle is just gorgeous. It's stained birch and natural curly birch, and then of course the blade. Of course, on there says J. Martini, Finland, right there. Scandi grind, razor sharp, awesome knife, comfortable in the hand. It's got a really nice like carbon kind of forged style. You can tell it's felt like it was forged, you know. Yeah, awesome blade. This is my favorite one to carry, to be honest with you. This thing is just gorgeous. It's just awesome. And then closing out the Finland part of the my collection that I use. This is the Brissa Trapper 95 in Arctic Curly Birch. Outstanding bushcraft knife. I love this thing so much. It's got the Arctic Curly Birch handles with the red liners. This is an O2 tool steel. Of course, Scandi grind. Gorgeous, awesome bushcraft knife. The handles could be a little bit more ergonomic, but not complaining. You can strike a ferro rod with this. It's not 100% 90 degrees, but you can still strike a ferro rod pretty good with this. Awesome knife. I use this a little bit. You know, it's great. It's just awesome bushcraft knife. And you can't beat it for the price either. I think it was like $95. I think when I bought it a few years ago off. I think it was. I want to say I got off DLT Trading or something. I have to look and put it in the description below. It was a few years ago now, but then moving over to Sweden. These are the 2 knives that I carry as well. They're both Moras. This is the Mora Kansboll. Awesome, lightweight knife. Really cool design. That little swedge right here on the blade. Nice Scandi grind. This is good for skinning, stuff like that. Smaller animals, processing and woodwork, bushcraft, stuff like that. Comfortable handle. Can strike ferro rod pretty well. Very thin knife. Not the biggest fan of that, but still, it's a great knife. It's only like $30 for this. You can't beat it. Great sheath. I love Mora sheaths. These are very nice sheaths. Very lightweight. You don't even know it's there for the most part. Same with all these Puukkos. You don't even know what you're carrying them, to be honest with you. And then the second one is the Mora Bushcraft. Of course, this is the tan version. There's supposed to be a little diamond stone there, but it fell off or something, which not really that big of a deal, to be honest with you. But comes with the ferro rod, nice ferro rod. I put some shock cord on there so you won't lose it, which is very important to do. So great ferro rod on there. Put some shock cord on it if you do get this one, so you don't lose it. So you can just wrap it around like I did right there, and then you're good to go. So you can just do that, take it out, and you're good to go. And then once you want to stow it, you just put it back in there, wrap it back around, and you're good to go. You're not losing your ferro rod. Great sheath, of course, just like all Moras. And then the knife, very comfortable to hold. Strikes a ferro rod like nobody's business. Thicker than the Kansboll. Not by much though, but it's still awesome knife. I've used it quite a bit. And then, of course, Scandi grind. Yeah, this is awesome knife. I got my wife one of these. She loves it as well. Really nice shape of the blade. I like Moras are good knives. I like Moras, but I'm more of a martini, Erapu kind of guy, you know, if you can tell. And then the last knife to close this out. This is the most expensive knife out of all these. It's not really a bushcraft knife per se. I mean, it could be pretty. I mean, it is for the somewhat, but it's not like a Puko or a Brissa or something like that, or a Mora. It's not like a designated bushcraft knife as it is on the website, or like it is, you know. But it's an awesome outdoors knife. You know, you can still make heather sticks, stuff like that, process games, stuff like that. This is a knife that I like a lot. I've had this for, I think, a couple of years now, 2-3 years. I got this after I got the bushcraft, or the Bark River Bravo 1. This is the Bark River UP Gunny, which is named after the UP of Michigan, the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. The Gunny, this is like kind of like their more smaller version of the Bravo 1, this is actually a really awesome. I love this knife a lot. I used this to actually to process some ducks this past season and stuff like that. But yeah, this is an awesome blade. Really cool red cyclone mesh handles. It's got some mesh in there, which is actually really cool. I love Bark River. It's probably my favorite American knife company besides like Buck, stuff like that. And a couple others that I can't remember right now. But yeah, this is more for processing game, stuff like that, skinning. But this can be used as an outdoor knife. I have used it before as an outdoor knife. This is an A2 tool steel and a really cool leaf style blade, which takes after the which is inspired by the Canadian belt knives, the Grohmann and the stuff like that, and their Canadian models. Yeah, it's an awesome knife. Really nice, comfortable in the hand as well. This is just, all these knives are just comfortable in the hand. Higher grind, I believe this is a saber grind if I want, or a full flat. I can't remember what it is. If you know in the comments, drop it below. As you can see, it's a little dirty from when I was cleaning some ducks this past season. But yeah, this is awesome, sharp as heck knife as well. Yeah, this is just an awesome knife. I'll even carry this when I'm just walking around because it's so light, and it's just perfect for, like, it's not too big to where you can't carry it like in town, or it's just too cumbersome, or it's not too small where it's like, okay, I just have a full, like a pocket knife. But yeah, these are awesome knives. I love Bark River. If you see any Bark River knives that you like, and I would recommend going on knivesshipfree.com or dlttrading.com. Look at their Bark River selections. Bark River always has new production runs that they release every month or two, or however many weeks it is, you know, and they won't do, it'll just be one style of knife, and it'll send out emails, stuff like that, so you can check and stuff like that. But I'm not paid by any of these companies that I've showed today. I bought all this with my own money, or got it from the military or whatever, or got it gifted to me when I was younger, stuff like that. But yeah, so anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Sorry it's kind of a long-winded video. I'm gonna try and get back into posting regularly like I used to. But I might just stick to doing shorts for now, or not just do shorts, but just for consistency's sake, I'm probably just gonna put out a few shorts a week, stuff like that, and then I'll probably do like a longer video, like an actual video like this every week or two, something like that if I can. But yeah, thanks for sticking with me, guys. Got a lot more coming down the pipeline here. I was thinking about maybe doing some Minuteman firearms stuff. If you guys want to see that, drop it down in the comments below. If you guys like the video, like and subscribe, share with your friends, stuff like that. Drop a comment down below if you like it. If you didn't, tell me how I can improve, stuff like that. But yeah, that's been it for today, guys. Hope you guys have a great day, and God bless and stay safe out there.